Have you ever fallen off your horse and then found yourself terrified to get back on, even though everyone around you says, just ride? If that's you, this will help you rebuild your confidence step by step and show you how to overcome your riding nerves without pushing yourself too hard. Hear what we're going to learn today. Why falling off shakes us up so much, even if the fall itself didn't seem that bad. What your nerves and overthinking are really telling you about your body and your safety, and the exact steps you can take to slowly and gently get your confidence back so riding feels safe and enjoyable again. Let me start by telling you about a client I work with. She had a few bad falls, she broke her leg and gone through surgery. And after that, she became absolutely convinced that horses were dangerous, that they were out there to get her. Every time she even thought about riding, her body would shake, her mind would spin, and she felt stuck. But here's the thing, when we worked together, she discovered the fear wasn't really about the horse. It traced back to her childhood, growing up with an alcoholic dad. She had always felt unsafe and unsure, never knowing what the next outburst would come. So her nervous system was already wired to expect danger. The fall only triggered that old belief again. Once she could see that, we took the pressure off. We broke everything down into small steps with zero expectation and processed all the emotions that came up from living with an alcoholic dad. So we started just sitting with her horse, just breathing, then walking beside him, then mounting without worrying about getting it right. And little by little, her confidence came back. She realized her horses weren't there to hurt her. They were mirrors reflecting her own inner fears. When she found safety in herself, she found safety in riding again. So why does fear show up after a fall? Well, when you come off your horse, even if you walk away fine, your nervous system has just gone through a big shock. It flips into protection mode of the fight, flight, or freeze. And that's just biology. Your body is saying, that was scary. I don't want to go through that again. And here's the thing, your mind might tell you, it's over, I'm safe now. But your body remembers, and that memory of that fall gets stored in your nervous system. So the next time you go to ride, the body reacts with a tight chest, sometimes even nausea or shaky hands, way before your brain has ever had a chance to think. And a lot of riders I speak with feel ashamed about this, like they should be braver. And I get it, I used to feel the same way. But please hear me out, this is not your fault. It's your body trying to protect you. And I bet so many of you heard the phrase, getting back on the horse, right? Who says that was the right thing to do? I've been working with hundreds of adult riders, and they felt even more stuck when they jumped back on. Why? Because the body doesn't feel safe yet. And when we override our feelings and don't allow them to be expressed, they come up as anxiety the next time you want to ride, or as tension in your body, and you can't understand where suddenly it came from. Or like me, I had panic attacks at night. Because when you force yourself back in the saddle before your body feels safe, your nervous system doesn't reset. Instead, it says, see, we're still in danger. It's like slamming a lid on a boiling pot. Sure, it looks calm on the surface, but the pressure is just building. And sooner or later, it overflows. That's why pushing through often leaves you more anxious than not. Okay, so if getting back on the horse doesn't work, then what? What works better is taking it slow, breaking it down into small, safe steps. Confidence isn't a light switch, it's more like building a ladder, one rank at a time, and every small step counts. First one will be spend time with your horse on the ground. You can groom them, lead them, just be present, no pressure to ride. The next one could be stand by your mounting block and just breathe. The third one is to sit in the saddle without asking your horse to move. Each of these steps tell your body, I can handle this. If this feels scary as well, go one step back. It doesn't mean you are failing, it means your body is not ready yet. And remember, no step is too small. What matters is that your nervous system is gradually learning how feeling safe actually feels like. Quite a lot of times, riders approach me as they are scared after they had a fall, and I get it. However, sometimes the fear isn't just about the horse. I once worked with a rider who thought her anxiety was all about her gelding being too much horse. He was quite a young horse, and she's not a young girl anymore. She felt scared riding him, especially after a fall she had last year, which left her with a broken leg. As we worked together and started to be curious why she felt so nervous, the words, oh my God, came up to the surface as she was standing on the mounting block. We followed that thought and we realized her fear had roots in something much deeper. When she fell over last year, she was by herself. There was no support. She had to step up and put on the mask of a brave lady in order to continue. But all those fears, emotions of that scary moment were tucked away and couldn't come up until we were curious about it in our session. Her tight chest and fear of riding was partially from her fall, but it was mainly emotions and feelings that were hidden for so long. So we allowed the feelings to come up with no judgment, just raw feelings. We brought safety into her body using my somatic techniques, and it helped her understand why she was so scared. But more importantly, we processed the fear, so she doesn't need to carry that anymore. And the next day, she reported back that she was feeling much less frightened than yesterday, and she was actually looking forward to riding again. So when you pause and ask yourself, what is my fear trying to tell me? You might discover it's not just about this moment. It could be related to any other event, horse-related or not. And that's powerful because it means you're carrying a story your body still remembers. And stories can be reshaped, processed correctly, so we can move forward. As I mentioned earlier, you can't think your way out of fear. You've got to help your nervous system feel safe in real time. So how do we do that? Here are some few simple tools. So start by breathing. Try to make the exhale longer than the inhale. So if you inhale for 4 counts, hold it for 7 and exhale for 8 counts, really slowly. Or you can try to inhale for 4 counts, hold it for 4 and exhale for 4. This helps signal your body that you are calm. And then connect to your body. Try to squeezing your thumb and your finger together and really feel the pressure, or wiggle your toes or tap your thighs. It helps bring you back to the present moment. And when we are present, we are not scared. And I love to match steps with my horse. Hear the footsteps, feel the presence next to you. If they stop and look at something, you look as well. Even placing your hands on their belly, closing your eyes and feeling their breathing is a beautiful way to connect to your horse and your body, allowing your nervous system to sync. Each of these small practices send the message to your body, I'm safe right now. And when your body feels safe, your mind follows. So many women I work with tell me they feel like they should already be riding now, because their friend did or because they used to be fearless. But let's be real, if you had a long break after your fall, you can't expect to pick up where you left off. It's like if you hadn't run in years, you wouldn't expect yourself to wake up one day and run a marathon, right? Riding is the same. It takes time and space to rebuild your muscles, your balance, your confidence. So instead of pushing yourself, give yourself permission to go at your own pace and release the pressure. Your horse doesn't want a perfect rider. They want a connected one, a confident one. When people tell me about what happened and how they have fallen off, often I hear, now I overthink everything. It's the endless what ifs before you even get on, right? What if I fall again? What if I can't control my horse? What if people are watching me mess up? It's exhausting. And the truth is, overthinking is just another form of protection. Your brain is trying to solve every possible danger in advance. But instead of keeping you safe, it actually leaves you paralyzed. So I'm going to say something that might sound a little bit weird, which is don't believe everything you think. Thoughts are not facts. When you catch yourself spiraling, come back to your body, take a breath, feel your feet on the ground, notice the warmth of your horse's coat. Presence breaks the cycle of overthinking because you can't be stuck in the what if and grounded in the right now at the same time. I know that what if is such a huge topic. That's why I created a whole separate video just for you on how to stop the what ifs. So in it, I'll walk you through simple practical tools to interrupt those spirals and come back to the present moment. So you can actually enjoy being with your horse instead of battling your thoughts. So if you're ready to calm the what ifs and ride with more presence, click on the next video right here, which is called Stop the What Ifs, and I'll meet you there.